Hey, Planeswalkers, what is happening? My name is Mint Alpha Lotus, and I am here with you for another Sealed Edge of Eternities Collector Booster event today. We tried one of these yesterday. It didn't go quite according to plan. It wasn't the most fantastic sealed event I've ever had, but we're going to give it another shot today and see how things go. We just had some very bad luck yesterday, so we're hoping that today goes a little better. Alright, so I'm just going to launch right into it. If you like what I do here on the channel, please like and subscribe, follow in order to stay up to date on all of the videos that I post and all the streams I do. I tend to stream a few times a week and post a couple of videos as well. Alright, so let's get this party started. Yep. Alright, so what do we get in our packs here? Okay, wow. So we've got a Sunset Saboteur, that's cool. Serema, the Thrumming Hive Pool, the Harmonizer's good. Yeah. That's Terrain Generator could be interesting as well. I mean, potentially like black-green. Let's see. I mean, the most important thing here is figuring out like where you're at based on like what your uncommons and commons are. The rares can be good, but yeah, at a quick glance, like white looks fairly okay. Blue does not look particularly strong. There's a couple of good cards here, but it's missing a few key things that I would like to see, like a Code Cracker Hound. Black. All right, 2 Beamsaw Prospectors, that's okay. Decode Transmissions. Oh wow, 2 Dubious Delicacies, that's an amazing pull. 2 Grab Pack Monos are pretty good. Swarm Color can be good. We're a little light on removal. Wow, black is just light in general. I mean, we've got the Delicacies. Green is Biosynthetic Burst, Seed Ship Impact. That's okay. Yeah, Relations, 2 Wayfarers, a Fate Maker. The Harmonizer can be, yeah, just absolutely game ending. An Agrarian. Okay, so green is looking not too bad. Station Monitor is a good card. Yeah, good white-green here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there are no colors like really jumping out at me. Red doesn't look that strong, really. Yeah, I don't know. Let's start putting our cards here and try to figure out like where we're at in terms of like what we want to try to build. So we've got the Honor. Knight Captain could be okay. I mean, it's not too bad of a 2-drop. Pilot for sure. Light for sure. Maybe 2 of these. Flight Deck Coordinator is a maybe. Trooper, the Siriema. The Breacher, absolutely not. Radiant Strike, yeah, and Vanguard. No. Divert Disaster, possibly. Mechan Navigator's okay. Mental Modulation's good. Sentinel, no. Cryologist, yeah, it's filler. Scour for Scrap, that can be okay in an artifact deck, potentially. Self-Craft Mechan. 2 Gigastorm Titans, which is good. The Whale, absolutely. Mechanozoa is good. Specimen Freighter is a great card. Alright, here, the Sentry, I mean, possibly to get to the late game. Absolutely for sure, yes. Decode Transmissions, yeah, 100% on the Dubious Delicacy. I mean, one of the best uncommons in the set. 2 Monoists. The color. Alfariel, I mean, I'm kind of up and down on him. Red, yeah, no, absolutely not on Drill Too Deep. Moxite for sure. Remnant Elemental, I'm not a huge fan. Rig for War, probably not. Cut Propulsion, yes. The Turbo Drone, yep. Ruinous Rampage is absolutely not playable. The Mechan, possibly. The Crusher is like a lightning bolt. The Saw Ship Sure, dragon, yep. Burst, impact, relations, 2 wayfarers, yes, 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 no. We got 4 fungal colossuses, wow, okay. That's quite deep. And then... yeah, I mean, Terrain Generator is just kind of like a landfall device. The Hive Pool for sure, possibly the Kill Ship. Nutrient Block, only if we end up in an artifact deck, and the Torpedoes... Alright, so let's kind of organize this into groups, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so here's what I see in terms of our different color pools and their depths. We've got some pretty decent stuff in white. Blue is a little more shallow. Quite a few of these cards are fairly mediocre. Scour for Scrap, I feel like, is probably not going to serve us all that well. The Self-Craft Mechan can be okay. Gigastorm Titan, good card. So I'm not really feeling it on blue. Black has got some great stuff. A couple of non-starters, but I feel like black, I mean, the Dubious Delicacy is unbelievably fantastic card. To have 2 of them, that and the Sunset Saboteur, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. Alfariel, as we saw, can be good in the right situations. Mostly he's there to soak up a bolt or some sort of removal, and 2 for 1 that way in terms of getting another card. He's not exactly what I would call a game-breaking rare or anything like that. Red for us is definitely not looking that great either. It's missing some very key removal spells. Even our top end in red is not what I would absolutely call exciting. Green has got some good stuff as well. And then in terms of multicolor, uncolored cards, I mean, the Hive Pool can go into most of anything, I would say. So that's very exciting. The Pinnacle Kill Ship we may not play. I mean, it can be a good top ender in case you need it. And then our multicolored cards, the Station Monitor is an unbelievably fantastic card where if we're double spelling. But with blue not being, you know, particularly great here, I'm not sure that we will be. I'm thinking I'm probably going to cut the red and blue. What I'm leaning the most towards here is like a white-green mix and maybe splash a couple of black cards that are fantastic, I think. That's my first impression. I'm going to try to put that deck together and see what it looks like. Like, luckily, because we have a couple of Galactic Wayfarers, we can play like maybe 2 black land, splash in 2 black land. We probably won't be playing Alfariel in that case. But yeah, let's take a look at that deck and see how that looks. Alright, so here's what we're looking at for a white, black, green deck. I'm going to say it's incredibly awkward. There's not enough low end in my white and green to be able to form a deck on its own. And even just to be able to splash a couple of like really good black cards that I have. So it's really awkward. There's no fixing in this deck other than lander tokens. My white and black and green have no fixing other than the prospectors, the wayfarers. There are a few ways to generate lander tokens, but the mana base is really awkward. The other thing I'm thinking about potentially is like completely cutting this white and maybe just playing black-green to see how that works out. I am just really concerned that we are going to, over the course of all the games that we're playing, draw a bunch of hands that are practically unplayable in this state. Like, the awkward thing here is that white does have some decent removal. We've got Banishing Light, which is fantastic, and Radiant Strike is good. I'm concerned. Like, the Hylia would be nice to play as well, and the Vanguard is also a fantastic card if you can get that far, but I am really worried that we are going to draw hands where we have, I mean, there's 5 black cards here, 4 black cards splashed, and then it's a really awkward split between white and green. So our early game, it is entirely possible we're going to end up with a ton of hands that just have nothing to do until turn 3, and we're probably going to get absolutely run over. So the other option is taking the white out of this completely and just playing a Golgari deck, which I think might be viable. Like, our black is not what I would call fantastic, but let's take a look at that as well. It's, you know, it's an expensive event to enter, so I feel like we should give ourselves every opportunity to figure out what our best options are. All right, so here we have it. It is a totally different style of deck, and the curve, I'm not gonna lie, is not thrilling. It's a pretty high mana casting cost curve in general, and there aren't like a whole lot of 2-drops. I mean, that was the thing, like white had a lot of 2-drops, black had a lot of 2-drops, green was all very heavy creatures. So, I mean, I think here, if we can try to get down some defenders, things that, you know, we can block with. I mean, we've got 2 like really, really solid blockers that will trade with pretty much anything a little bit larger than them. So that's okay. I mean, it would be nice to be optimally to be attacking with the Sunset Saboteur, but I don't know. I mean, I think this is probably our safest bet, mainly because trying to play 3 colors with absolutely no fixing, like if we were able to splash a little bit, I think that would be okay. But if we want to play white-green, we also absolutely have to splash the Beamsaw Prospectors because there just are not enough 2-drops. Even here, like, we don't really have enough 2-drop creatures, unfortunately. That's a 3-drop. So, like, we're stuck in 3-drop land here, which is, again, really awkward. I mean, we have a few things we can warp in, but, like, this is a 3-drop to warp in. The Fate Maker's 2, which is nice. I'm a little concerned we're not going to have a whole lot to do in the early game, and without, you know, a whole lot of blockers, again, we may get run over. But I think this might be the deck that we have to play, just because the cards are so awkward. I mean, we got 4 Fungal Colossuses. That's not great. And I mean, if we're not playing white, the Fungal Colossus becomes a lot less worthwhile. But we also just don't have that many strong black-green cards. So we didn't get what I would say particularly lucky with our pulls, unfortunately. I would probably rather be playing white and green, but then I don't think we have enough removal with just 3 removal. Here we have, I mean, I guess we only have 3 removal here. Like, we did not pull any black removal at all other than those delicacies. And I'm not complaining because Delicacy is mental. It has one of the highest win rates in the format. So that's fantastic, but it still leaves us a little bit in the lurch. And yeah, I mean, trying to decide on what colors to play here is very confusing. Like, absolutely confusing. So, I don't know. Maybe we just try shipping this and seeing where we get with it. I'm not giving myself great odds, but like the first event like this we did, we got absolutely destroyed because our draws were just so bad and so awkward. And to be quite honest, to try to play a 3-color deck is going to lead to some really awkward draws without the appropriate fixing, I think. Because, I mean, even in black and green, like, our fixing comes in, this can't be played until turn 3, which means the fixing can't happen until turn 4. And the Prospectors, you can play those on turn 2 and maybe get the fixing in on turn 3, but then you're taking turn 3 off. With the Wayfarer, you're not playing that much to the board potentially until turn 5. And that is awkward. I mean, we do have some good high-end stuff, but in my experience in Edge of Eternities, if you're not playing to the board early on, you're absolutely getting run over. I mean, you know, Sunset Saboteur, if that gets in 2-3 turns, that's a lot of damage. So we'll see. Let's give this deck a try. You know, I think I am going to make one change here. I think I'm going to take out the Fungal Colossus, and I'm going to play the Nutrient Block, which is not a thrilling card, but the Fungal Colossus was not particularly thrilling, and it's very high-end. And I mean, we do have quite a few high-end cards here. Stuff that's, you know, 5, even the 4s. The Colossus in this deck with 2 land is just less valuable. The Nutrient Block will help to trigger Void on Alfarial and on Decode Transmissions, which I think makes those much more beneficial. And, I mean, it helps keep us in the game a little bit longer until we can potentially ramp up to something a bit higher end. So maybe let's give that a try. It lowers our curve like quite a bit. We've gone from what could be a 6 drop to a 1 drop. So we're at 3.2, which, you know, I wish we didn't have so many things in the 3 range. I wish we had quite a few more 2 drops, specifically like actual creatures that we could play to the board. But, you know, there we have it. We've only got 3 creatures in the 2 range and quite a bit in the 3s. So yeah, let's give this a try. All right, immediately into a game. Wow. Definitely not Oran. Fair enough. All right, well, I'm on the play. Yeah, I mean, I wish I didn't have quite so much land, but at least we can get down a defender. Next turn, get an attacker out. So we're curving out for the first 2 turns, at least. We did get quite a lot of our low end. So let's get that down. Not, you know, a thrilling play. All right, opponent with a Curiosity. The Harmonizer could be good. What's opponent going to play for a second turn? All right, they're on Selesnya. They're going to go get a land. They're not feeling a lot of pressure from our 2-1, I guess, which is fair enough. Now the Harmonizer we can warp in next turn, which is probably a great little play. There we go. And opponent can potentially play a 4-drop this turn. Just a Gene Pollinator. And Germinating Worm warped in for some life. I mean, this is awkward because I'd like to just play the Harmonizer. But I would also really like to trade with that Gene Pollinator. So I think I am going... Well, I don't see a whole lot of value in it. Let's just get in for 2. And then we'll play the Harmonizer out. Okay, Germinating Worm comes down, getting some 2 more life. That's a great draw. I mean, we don't really have anything we can attack in with, I guess. I mean, we can attack with the Harmonizer, but then it's going to get a little bit awkward, potentially. Don't really want to trade the Harmonizer for the Germinating Worm. So let's just... Opponent's still got 4 cards in hand. So let's hold back. I mean, if he has some sort of removal to take care of my Harmonizer, so be it. We're... Oh, wow. Siege Ship Agrarian. That's a great play. And he can tap it. Yep. Wow. Okay. Well, we need 7 mana to get that kill ship up online. Because that is about to go absolutely bonkers. Yep. He's very effectively holding us off for now. I think we just continue to hold back. Next turn we can get the kill ship out and we can even station it, which is Ooh, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Wow. Opponent is going off. So I think here we want to double block that. And he's gonna get a card, because I cannot block the other one. Oh, he can move. Okay. He doesn't have enough mana for it, luckily. He's going to get in for 7. We're going to double trade, get a lander token, so that's alright. Fantastic. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We definitely have to get rid of that agrarian. Yep, no question there. I think here we just double that. Don't know that there's a whole lot of value to stationing the ship. I think we just want to get in for a bit of pressure. Oops. Nope. Come back here. Yep. So 3, 4, yeah. 3, 4. Oh, no, 3, 4. Okay. Is he going to double block is the question. Yeah, I think here we just no attacks. We'll get the kill ship online. Let's station that. And in turn. Now, opponent might have removal. I mean, Selesnya is definitely a prime candidate for some good removal for that kill ship. Tenderfoot is alright. Yeah, Enhancer warped in. Get some counters. Oh, amazing. Okay. So, what do we want to do here? We can kill that Tenderfoot. Yeah, we can't do all of that and the decode, so I think what I want to do is blow this. We'll go get another swamp. Double the power of this. And then we'll attack in. I'm going to hold that land. No, I guess we don't even need to. Because we'll get a... yeah, let's do this. I guess, yeah, I should have... Oh, well. That would have been game. But I think we're still in a good position here. Yeah, I have to remember to play my card drawing spells before I attack. That would be important. Opponent with their own harmonizer. Alright. Okay. But, I mean, we've got blockers here that we can chump with easily. Opponent scoops. Well, that's one win. This deck is probably a little better than I'm giving it credit for. The Might Form Harmonizer is pretty mental. Alright, well, one win is definitely a lot better than how we did yesterday, so I can't complain about that. Alright, so we've got no time to lose. Let's continue with our next game. That is very awkward. If we draw into a black, we'll be okay. Very awkward. I mean, there's not even that much to do with this hand. I think I have to mulligan this. It's I'm on the play, so the odds of drawing into a black is like 1 in 4. That's gotta go. Oh wow, that's even worse. Why do I always get worse hands when I mulligan? I'm gonna try one more time, I think, because I can't play this either. There we go. That I can keep. Oh man, that's so... That just feels so bad. So bad. Yeah, I don't even think I can keep the Hive Pool. I think I just have to go with the quick plays here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back from having to drop 2 cards. This is really bad. Now we just hope for more land, I guess. I mean, I probably should have dropped another spell and kept 3 land. Who knows? Alright, well that's... Oh, opponent's got a counter spell? Yep. Yep. Oh, that feels very bad. Can't play that. I think we're going to get crushed here, unfortunately. Yeah, All Fates Scroll. Opponent's on 4, 5-ish mana now. Another spell we can't play. Wow. Yeah, this feels really terrible. But that's the way it goes. I mean, no fixing in the deck. It was, oh wow. Another pollinator. I mean, on the bright side, opponent is dirtling quite a bit, so if we can start getting some Grav Pack Monoists down, we'll be in a better situation. That station's on 8, so that's quite a bit. But he still does have 4... Ah, awesome. That will be fantastic. Maybe now we can start to make a little bit of forward progress. But, I mean, opponent can potentially station anytime soon. Mechanozoa, wow. So yeah, he's going to be able to station that immediately. Wow. Wow, we are getting crushed. Absolutely crushed here. Don't even know that I have any sort of response to this. The Imago is a flyer. We can... I mean, I think we have to... I think we have to get rid of that. I mean, the scan ship is also going to absolutely crush us. And then the Mechanozoa can come down at any time as well. So, but, I mean, that Imago is ludicrous. We can't let that... We can't let that stand. There's no way. Halia! What? What is going on? Opponent's gonna draw another card. 23 life. Yep. They're gonna be able to station that. They don't even need to, I guess. Woo. This is a beating, for sure. Impact? Yeah, not a lot of choice here, I feel like. Wow, we only have one green, so we can't even... Oh, so awkward. I mean, opponent can station that, so we're not going to be able to block. We may as well get in for an attack. Yeah, opponent's going to tap my creature down and get in for... Wow, why did he station with the robot? Doesn't... Well, this is over. Alright, let's concede this. What do you do? I mean, I probably should have kept that first hand, I guess. If I had known I was going to have to mulligan twice into a hand that was still full of unplayable stuff, I never would have done that, but... It was a real... Yeah, it was a real toss-up. Like, I mean, I couldn't play that first hand. So let's try another one. That was... I mean, even if I had kept that first hand and drawn into a black, I don't think I could have beaten that. I mean, there's nothing to even say about that. That draw from opponent was beyond belief. Alright, well, we've got some stuff we can curve out. It's... You know, not a powerful hand, but it's a hand that has some playable stuff in it. And we can go from there. We will play the Prospector, yeah. And this game we might flood out. Alright. Okay. This is... Yeah. This is okay. Let's just pass the turn. I mean, within the next couple of turns we can play everything in our hand, which is nice. Again, we're probably just going to play out the Might Form Harmonizer. I don't really see a major advantage to warping it in. But we'll see what we draw. Wayfarer is nice. Yeah, I think here we probably just want to get this down. I can't help but feel opponent is holding up some sort of removal. I don't really want to play out the Harmonizer in the face of that. And this does give us a little bit of pressure. I mean, here do we even just attack? Let's, if opponent wants to trade, then we get another lander token, which is fantastic. Yep. Got a lot of stuff that we can burn for 2 mana. Delicacy, that's what he was holding up. Alright. That's no problem. Great play. Wow, okay. So that definitely makes our Alfarial a lot worse, but opponent will have to discard a card in order to deal with it. But realistically, what do we want to do here? Let's do that. Because next turn we can play down the Harmonizer and start getting really big. Yeah, that Savior and the block, or the Delicacy combo is quite nice. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have to waste a turn in order to deal with that. And going to have to burn an extra card, which is what he's in the deck for. Yep, that's great. Removed another removal. Starfighter Pilot. Alright. I think we just continue to play the board here. Next turn we can decode transmissions, we can make him really big. He's not a trampler, unfortunately, so we can't get through, but I mean, unless he has some sort of removal, which it looks like he does. Yep, another grab kill. Wow, okay. Alright, and yep, we're gonna get some value off the Surveil. That's really awkward. Opponent with their own nutrient block. Obviously not that useful here, I guess. Yeah, we are a little bit stuck for land here. That's unfortunate. I think maybe we do this and blow a lander token, and then next turn... Yeah, because we definitely want to draw a card. See what we draw into. Alright. Yeah, let's next turn decode transmissions. Now, the question is, do we have to block with the Saboteur? I mean, I think we kind of do. Unless he has more removal, which he may well have. We are in a bit of a bad way because they have that Delicacy to remove 3 of our life. We're absolutely on the back foot here. Cannot give him any more token or any more counters, so I mean, I think we just have to pass here. We've got a block, I mean, sorry. Huh. Yep, I mean, that's definitely not great. Wow, okay. Next turn we're going to be taking a lot as well. If we decode transmissions. Yeah, we're potentially taking 6 more next turn, so... I mean, I think we have to activate this. What do we need here? Maybe some more green. Prospector is an okay play. That will, that'll help us. No, I mean, yeah, alright, let's do this. We've got to get some cards out. I mean, at least opponent is starting to slow down, but we have lost some of our better cards. Yep, I mean, at least those auxiliary boosters don't work particularly well on anything else. Not like we're in a position, and not like he's in a position to float something else across the board. Does he have some sort of trick? Thankfully not. Okay. Yeah, we get a lander token, so we can blow our other lander token before our turn. Flight Deck Coordinator is not what I would call a good card, so that's fine. I mean, it's great here, where I will have to jump it, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah, that is actually quite good, isn't it? So we get another green land. Delicacy. That would have been nice last turn. So he's got 4. That's a lot. I mean, we have to draw cards. Like, we have 8 mana, so this is 3, 6, 8. We can do that. Gain 3 life. And destroy his token. It's not fantastic, but yeah, let's do that. I have got to gain life here. It's gain 3 life. Am I... Okay, no, good. Good. Can play that. I mean, that keeps us in the game. Not well. I'm on a very short timer here. Probably should have held that land. Biosynthetic Burst is... Yeah, I mean, that's... Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can Biosynthetic Burst our robot and then block. It's definitely not great, but again, it gets to the point where opponent is just top decking, so that's all right. Okay, let's try this. If he has some removal, we're going to get blown out for sure. Yeah. He might have a trick of his own with 2 cards in hand. Looks like he does. Nope. Amazing. Okay. Gives us another turn. Not what I wanted to see. But we can get in for 5. I mean, opponent's probably going to draw something in 4 turns, I'm going to assume. I mean, at least this game has been somewhat fair, I feel like. Opponent only has to do 4 damage to us, and I mean, he's got that nutrient block. But if we don't attack, we can't win. All he needs to do is draw any creature. Another Delicacy. Amazing. Okay. That's helpful. So, if we can get one more turn in, If he plays anything that's 3/3 or less, we're actually in pretty good shape here. Another land. That's fantastic. That's what we like to see. Night Luminary. All right. That's good. Yep, he played that very intelligently. Well, that's fine because it'll be a 2/3, so that's all right. What do we have left in our deck that helps us win this? A lot of land. Let's go get some more land, because, man, I cannot draw any more land here. He warped that in. Amazing. Okay. Fantastic. Let's get rid of it this turn. Just to give us as much land as possible. As much free mana on our turn as we possibly can have. Yeah, opponent's going to go back up to 11. So that's great. We forced him to use his trick. That is land. Which is absolutely not what we wanted to see. Opponent's at 6. Wow. Wow. Okay. What a play. Yep, and he's going to be able to double spell. That is backbreaking. Okay, I'm going to create 2 more tokens. All right. And another token. He's going so wide here. And he's going to be able to play the jetpack. Man, yeah, we needed to draw something that wasn't land that turn. We absolutely did. But the fact that we came back so much from what was a game that was probably pretty lost. Oh, man. That is so classic. Yeah, there's only 4 more land in the deck, and we've drawn, what, 3 in a row now? And we blew our lander token, so that means we have no more pressure. Yeah, we really fought our way back. Like, we absolutely clawed our way back from what was an absolute beating there. Yeah, that's not... Nope, there's nothing I can do about that. Opponent has a lot of blockers. Alright, and yep, that's a very smart move. Wow, this is so close. So close. I mean, I can't even believe he's going to be at 1. I do not have enough to play that Pinnacle Kill Ship. If I had been playing more land all along, I probably would have. Yep, I'm one short. I'm one short. But it doesn't matter. I mean, he could have put the jetpack back on the... Yeah, this is not... That was not going to be winnable, even with the Pinnacle kill ship, because I don't have enough to crew it, so I don't feel so bad. That was an absolutely insane game. Like, so close. Man, yeah, I probably shouldn't have held so much land in my hand. But, what do you do? There's no way to win here. No tax, he's going to get in for 3. 1 more damage. Man, was there a place in the game where I could have done more damage? I don't even know. That was, yeah. I mean, there's no... There really is no disrespect, I guess, in losing to a game that was this close. This was absolutely tooth and nail the whole time. We flipped back and forth, reversal after reversal. If the Pinnacle kill ship had been a turn earlier, I feel like I could have won this game. But, you know, you get dealt the cards that you have, and that's all there is to it. Opponent is very scared. I mean, I probably should be playing full control here just to see what he wants to do. Yeah, he's going to double attack. I will block here. In fact, I'm going to double block this, I think. Good game. That was a really good game. So close. I feel like we played that really well. And the previous turn, the previous game, we did not play well, but, you know, we got mulliganed out of that game, unfortunately. Anyway, this has been Mint Alpha Lotus. That was a fantastic... This was much better than the previous sealed that we tried. I feel like this deck probably should have done a little bit better. We couldn't keep up with opponents' removal in this game. And we just fell behind a little bit, but we did manage to reverse it with some good combat tricks. But it just wasn't enough in the end to get it done. Man, again, like if I had been playing that land, I could have played that Pinnacle kill ship. He may have just, like I guess he would have put the jetpack on his Night Luminary. It was very smart of him. If he had played the jetpack on the other, like not on the token, if he had played it, but, you know, yeah, and if he hadn't warped that in, he would have, like we would have been in a much better position as well. But that's how these games go. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Unfortunate that we only got 1 win, but this was only our 2nd win a box ever. And considering we didn't really open very much, I'm really happy with how this result went. It's been Mint Alpha Lotus. Until next time, everybody, stay mint.